We're back again on the engine. The clutch side is all boxed up at this stage. Pretty happy with that. I thought I'd just double check my timing when I'm over this side. So you've got to remove the timing inspection plug there, and also remove the plug on the side of the crankcase so that you can turn over the engine. So there's my plug there, my cover for my cam, and my tappet covers. And you also have to take the tensioner back out again. So the tensioner's out and everything's nice and free. So the way I do it is I've got the lobes pointing downwards. Okay, I've turned the engine over until we are at top dead center, and I check that with my little feeler in the spark plug hole, so my spark plug's out. I'm just going to show you down inside the cover there, and you should see the T, the mark for the T for top dead center. Okay, let's get a better view of it. There we go. That seems to be a better view just there. There's a small notch that we are lining up with the line just by the T. I'll try and get a better angle on that. Tricky. Just bear with me a second. Okay. The angle that you're looking at might not look so good, but for me, it's sitting nicely. Nicely on the notch. Maybe it'll come down from the top here a little bit. Okay, I think you get the idea of where we want to find the position on the flywheel to be. So that's good. Then we come up here to the sprocket on the cam. Using a straight edge, I just use a hacksaw blade. Sit it nicely on the top of the housing there. And we should be nicely lined up with our two marks on the sprocket, which it is. So I'm pretty happy with that. Then it's just a matter of putting the rocker cover back on. And with this engine, the actual head, cylinder head and everything is torqued down along with the rocker cover. So I'm getting to the stage now where I think I'm going to just torque this up for good now. I'm pretty happy with it all. I'll then recheck my tappet clearances. Got a little bolt missing there that I've got to put in. And back on the cam chain tensioner, you'll notice that I've gone and used the little key again. Okay, the little key there is locked in place, and my plunger is sitting nicely retracted. Sit that nicely into the position. Okay, that sits in there quite nicely. Just line up the gasket a little bit. Okay, got a couple of bolts here. Just a matter of starting those off. The other one down here. Starting that one off as well. This engine's using Allen bolts, so that's quite nice. And I'll just button those up and show you what happens when I take the key out, and you'll see the cam chain adjuster locate itself. So let's get my Allen key here. Just tighten those up. I'm just going to snug them up, but it'll be okay because it can't go anywhere. A bit hard with one hand. Okay. Just check that I did get that one right. Yep, and that one there again. Okay. So we'll pull the pin out and see what happens to the. Well, it may move the camshaft a little bit. Just check that's all sitting back nicely. That's nicely back in its position, okay. They can sort of move forward a little bit when you're moving the engine around, and the bearings can move forward with in the journals. That's all okay though. It's actually a nice little engine. I've done a lot of work on the earlier 72 XL250 motorsports, and they aren't so good up the top end there. The earlier ones I've worked on don't have the bearings, so the camshaft just runs in the aluminium housing. So I quite like this idea here. It's got good bearings there, nicely engineered little engine, just a 2-valve engine, but by all accounts still a reasonably good performer. Of course it's got electronic ignition. Double check everything's nice down here. So you can't really see down there. Anyway, I was quite happy with the position of that. So let's see what happens when I take the key out. Let's put the camera just there. Yeah, that was bloody fantastic, eh? Yeah. I'm going to have to locate that back down in there carefully. Well, it shows how much pressure is on that chain. Anyway, at least you saw the chain go back. If the engine was all buttoned up, then we won't see that. What I'm going to do is take it back out again, wind it back in again, and I won't put it back in until I have my rocker cover back on again. Okay. Anyway, you get the idea how that does work. I could actually push it back against the pressure. I may end up doing that a bit hard with one hand. Thank you for viewing. A little bit of work on my little engine here. After talking with Honda, it sounds like this engine could be out of an XR230 or an XL230. Certainly not a CRF230 engine, but it's very, very similar. In many respects, it's pretty much the same engine, especially on this side. Yeah, so a little bit of fun and games, working my way around these connections here. One of them is for the neutral indicator switch. That's not too bad, that takes care of one. And the others will just be the winding of the stator, which I'll soon just sort those out with my multimeter on the low ohm scale. Oh, I'll make another video when I get a bit further down the path on that. So thank you for viewing this. Hopefully it helps you along a little bit. I'm pretty happy how things are going. I'm not too far from getting this engine running actually. Put some oil in it and everything. Spin it over. I'm happy with the timing, and that's the main thing. Bye for now. I'll catch you in the next one.